think. Let's just adjust this camera down slightly so there we go. I think the live worked. Hey, the live, she worked. Very nice, very nice. And going live now. There we go. And let's do it like such so we can get the live running. Hi everybody, hope you guys are doing quite well this evening. This evening we shall be having a little bit of discussion in regards to how to work with your subjects. That's nice. It's very important that you do know how to work with your subjects properly, because a lot of people, they don't really know how to properly communicate with their subjects to get the most out of their subjects, because it is important that we talk to our subjects so they know what to do and what we're busy doing as well. So this will be a live stream. We did this shoot with Mia today. We literally just ended a little while ago, so we'll be doing a live stream covering some of the photos, and I'll be going through how the session started versus how the session ended, and I'll be showing you some examples of the way the setup was working for our light setup and a whole bunch of things as such. So without further ado, I've got a sweet kiwi, apple and meringue flavor. It's nice, it's not bad. So let's swap over to my screen and have a look at where we started. So first things first, we had to do our setup. So our setup was very easy. We used a gray backdrop, our curved reflector, MS300 at the top, and later on during the session we also added on the V1 as a hair light. It's a very easy, very straightforward setup. Now the one thing I want you to notice is our subject's expression when we started. So this is photo number 2 for our session, and you'll notice that the subject has it's not a bad photo, it's a pleasant looking photo, but the expression isn't very natural. So we want to help our subject feel more comfortable in order so that we can get nice natural looking photos from them, which is super important, because we do want to make sure that we get the most out of our subjects, we get a nice natural expression, and then we just have a nice fun pleasant session with our subjects, because a good session with your subject today means that they will recommend you to their friends in the future, which is super important. So let me give you an example. So this was our start and this was our end, so we can see where we started and where we moved to. There we go. And no, I want to click on you, open. There you go. And that was our end. So that is not bad at all. I hate using Cap or Lightroom for this. There we go. Drag it over. Why not? There you go. Now we can change that one. Go all the way back to where we started. There you go. So we started, our first photo was on the left, and later on when our subject got more comfortable, we got the photo on the right hand side. Now how did we go from having our subject having a not so natural expression to being able to have a lovely expression and them just enjoying the session more? So our entire session took about 2 hours to complete, so it was quite a long session today, but it gave us enough time to get her relaxed from the start to finish. So one of the first things I like to do is grab my camera. I like to grab my camera and put it down. I don't even start to take a picture, because I want to communicate with my subject. I want to talk to them. I want to tell them, hi, how's your day going? Just talk around, joke a little bit, take a test photo and show them the test photo. So as an example, if we go all the way back to the front and we go through the photos, we played around. As you can see, the subject doesn't have the best expression. This is just normal because they're still very tense at the start of a shoot, so we want to get them relaxed. How do we get them relaxed? We talk. We communicate with them properly. We don't allow silent moments to be there during our shoot, because those silent moments will be awkward moments, which will make it difficult for our subject to relax and become comfortable, because as soon as they're comfortable, we start to get really good results. So first things first, we took a couple of test photos using a white shirt. Now, while we were using the light white shirt, I showed the subject my photos and we talked about the shirt which she was wearing. Turned out the subject didn't like the shirt very much. It made her feel a little bit like it could be better. So I asked the subject, do you have any other outfits in mind? She said, well, she wanted to wear a darker outfit. So I said, well, just go change. So she went to change. I messed around with my light a little bit. And also I managed to grab a very important photo with our white balance card. So I always tell them, hold the card up, let's take an ID photo. We take a photo, we joke around, play around a little bit, and that allows them to relax a little bit more. And then we tested our hair light to see if she likes the hair light or not. But you can see the expression still hasn't changed. We still have a very stiff subject to work with, but we still communicated with them. We talked to them, you know, if you move your shoulder a little bit to the back, I can get a different angle, which might be a little bit more pleasing. So when from this, I talked to her, I told her, you know what, let's change something and see if you like the photo. So I told the subject, okay, turn your shoulder back a little bit. Let's take a test photo. Do you like this more or not? And the subject said, no, she likes it a bit more, but something still doesn't look right. So I told her, okay, well, let's take a couple more. And I told her to slouch and to not slouch, so we could see the difference. But now you can see we're starting to get a smile on the subject's face, because we were starting to play around. I told her, you know what, just slouch like you're sitting at school, you know, look all angry and not so happy like, and let's just see how that affects the photos. So she slouched, we had a giggle about it, I took a photo, she enjoyed the photo a little bit more, because now we're starting to get a much more natural expression compared to before. So as we progress through our shoot, you'll see that the subject starts to get more and more relaxed just because we're communicating. So after we took a couple more photos, she said that something doesn't look right in the photos for her. So I told her, well, you know what, let's swap your outfit. You said at the beginning that you wanted something darker to work with, so we swapped over to a darker outfit. So we went from light to darker, and the darker outfit worked better for our subject, and she automatically started having better expressions, because now we've moved our subject into a comfort zone. Our subject wasn't feeling as comfortable or confident with the first outfit, so we said, well, okay, if that first outfit doesn't work very well for you, swap out something else. So we swapped over to a different outfit, and going from one outfit to another outfit, we've now improved our subject's mood. And by improving the mood, we now get them to be a little bit more relaxed, and we get to see more of who they are in the photo. Because remember, we're taking photos of our subject. We want them to be comfortable, and we want them to have fun while we're doing our shoot. We don't want it to be a very stiff and uptight shoot, so we always want to communicate and talk to our subjects, ask them questions, show them photos, tell them, do you like this? Would you like to change something? What don't you like? Because as an example, when we swapped over to the darker outfit, you'll notice that we removed the hair light. Why did we remove the hair light? Because the subject said she doesn't like the weird orange light on her hair. So I said, okay, you know what? Let's remove it. And we removed the backlight. We moved the backlight to behind the subject to get a bit of glow, and she loved that. Oh, she loved it so much. And because she loved that, we now get better expressions even for our test photos, which is awesome, because now we've taken our subject from where she's arrived, she doesn't really know what to do, she's very stiff, not very comfortable because the outfit she's wearing doesn't complement her that much, and it's just a little bit of an awkward moment at the start. So we swapped our outfits, we changed the lights a little bit, we talked, we played around, we showed our results, and we talked about the results as well. And then we started working, taking some photos, adjusting the light on the background a little bit, playing around, getting it looking nice, overexposing, underexposing, and just playing around a little bit as well. And as you see, as I go through these photos, we now start to get a much more relaxed subject, because we've now moved our subject into a place of comfort. Once our subject is comfortable, it becomes easier to work with them, and they will provide us with much more natural expressions, which is important because we want natural expressions, because a natural expression on a subject will complement them the best. To use Lightroom in the next live session? Yes, sure, dude. Serge, dude, I will teach you how to use Lightroom in the next session. Not a problem at all. What we'll do for now is we just want to cover how we work with our subject, because it's very important that we know how to get them to feel comfortable and things as such as well. They also made me coffee, but I didn't finish my coffee because we got busy and I kind of forgot that I had coffee, which does happen. Oh, that's nice. That's really nice. So we continued on with our shots. We joked around a little bit, as you can see. We got the lady to laugh, we got her to giggle, we got a lovely natural expression from our subject. Finally, this is photo 47 from our session. So we went from photo 1 to photo 47, and that was the difference we got. So it took us 47 attempts to start to get a natural looking photo. We were only able to start getting a natural looking smile because we communicated properly with our subject. We joked around a little bit. We adjusted things. We took her from her starting outfit to an outfit she was more comfortable with, which automatically started giving us better results due to the fact that the subject is now more relaxed, which is very important because we want our subject to be relaxed. So let's carry on from photo 47, because photo 47, this one, was the first time we managed to get a natural smile from our subject. From here it was easy. We started moving on and you'll see that, just look at that, we've got this lovely smile, and this was photo number 49. So if you go back to photo number 1 and we compare them, so photo number 1, zoom in. Oh wow, that is way too zoomed in. Holy hell, I don't, no, I just want 50%. Not even 50, I want 53%. There you go, 53%, because that allows us to see the expressions between photo number 1 and photo number 49, because now we've got our subject in a lovely outfit which they feel more comfortable with. We've joked around a little bit and we're starting to get nice natural expressions from our subject. This is what we always want to aim for, because a nice natural lovely expression like this means that we as photographers will have a super easy time just capturing natural expressions, because this is what we want. We don't want an uptight stiff session. We want a nice fluid and fun session where our subject is enjoying themselves and we're able to capture really awesome shots. How do you deal with the background seems to be changing during the shoot? Yes, that is because we had the Godox V1 pointed towards the background. So we moved the Godox V1 from the top corner. We moved it down behind the subject to point at the background like this. But due to the fact that the subject bumps the light every now and then, it means that our light did change slightly so ever on the background, which is normal, because once you bump that light, the light position will change a little bit as well. It's not that big of a deal at all, because the photos will still look really good, not a problem at all. We do adjust the background light as the shoot continues, because what happened was the background light was a bit too close to our subject, making it feel a little bit uncomfortable. I could see it and notice it myself, so I adjusted the position of the background light. So instead of having it directly behind our subject, I moved the light above the subject, aiming down, which gave us a much better result on the background. But that made the subject a little bit scared, because now the light's above him and the light might fall. So I moved the light back and I put the light next to the subject. Yes, the subject will bump the light with their elbow every now and then. It's just the way it is. But due to us repositioning that background light, the subject now feels more comfortable, because there's no light above her that's going to fall on her or anything as such as well. Because remember, we want to make the subject nice and comfortable. So we can continue on with the session as well. We played around a bit. We got some really good results. And this is by photo number 54. We managed to get the shot. So, and then we continued on, playing around a little bit as well. Flash misfired. That happens. We had a laugh about it. And she had a look at it as well. And then we continued on with our session. And what you'll notice is the expression is now much better compared to when we started, because now we've got the subject into an outfit which makes them feel comfortable. We've joked around a bit, so they're already in a better mood, as well as we've moved the light around so the light do not affect the subject's mood overall, and she still feels nice and comfortable and safe. And you'll see her elbow, which is bumping the light, and that has become a running joke for our session. Because a few photos from here, you'll see she bumped the light so much that it actually created odd shadows on the background. So let's continue on. We still had a lot of fun, played around with the hair. I did another white card check, passport photo, kept going. And there you see on the background, you see that little shadow there? That is bumping the light. So what I did was, she bumped the light, we made a joke about it, she laughed, and I captured the laughing photo as well. And we had a really good laugh with this photo as well, because it was a very funny moment, because that light was positioned where her elbow would be able to bump it easily, but I didn't change that. I left it as such because it made a nice little point to make a little joke about and play around with it as well a little bit. We had some fun, and then we wanted to test black and white, because she said the colors look cool, but she wanted to see black and white, and I told her, you know what, let's give black and white a try, see if you maybe like black and white more. We changed the black and white, and she loved it, because the black and white complements her skin tone very well. So we just changed to black and white. Keep in mind, we're shooting raw, so we can still recover all of the color detail. Because we shoot raw, we can go into develop, and there we go, it's color again. It's easy as that. That's why we like to shoot raw, because our preview is black and white, but our photo is not black and white. It's still a color photo. Now you can see again on the background, we have the shadow, because she bumped it again with her elbow, and we had a little joke about that again. Because remember, we're trying to joke around, play around, mess around, but still capture good expressions and photos. So this was photo number 82. Let's compare photo number 82 to photo number 1. There's a huge difference. Yes, the light is a little bit different because it did readjust the light, but our subject now feels more comfortable, allowing us to capture better photos. Photo number 1, the subject was still okay, but she was a little bit tense and didn't really know what to do very well. So we directed the subject a little bit to get them to have a nice angle. We had our light in a position where they could bump it to make a nice little joke about it as well, and we just continued working on it, because it's important that we remember we always want to work and see how we can improve the session for the subject. Yes, we did get a photo like this. It looks fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Shadow in the background, I do not mind it at all. It's not bad. It's still a good photo. Let's continue on, and you'll see the expression on our subject. We've got a shadow again. She bumped it again. I think she bumped it like 50 something times in the session. It was funny as hell, which is cool. And we keep moving. There you go. We started to change positions. She bumped it again. happened so much. Bumped it again. And you can see, oh damn, she goes, no, why did I bump it again? Stuff like that. It's cool. We like playing around, messing around, and just seeing what we can get from our subject as well. This also lovely photo compared to photo number 1, and we're only able to get these types of photos due to the fact that we actually communicate with our subject. We communicate properly, we play around, and this is photo number 100. So this is photo number 100 in our session. We took over 400 photos for our session and only managed to get one amazing photo, because that's how long it takes. This was a 2-hour session. Was it 2 hours? Yeah, I think it was 2 hours. It was about a 2-hour session, and it took us 2 hours to get one decent photo where she had the perfect expression, because that is how long it takes your subject to get comfortable. It's just one of those things. So this is photo number 100. Let's compare photo 100 to photo number 1. There you go, and we go XY. There you go. That's the change that 100 photos can do to your subject once you communicate properly. So golden rule stands: always communicate with your subject. Yes, Mr. Serge, always communicate with your subject. Do not have a quiet, tense moment, because that will make your subject feel uncomfortable. That's what people are partying outside. I can hear it. Nice, good for them. Because remember, when you're working with your subject, you always want to make sure that you get them comfortable so it's easy to work with, and you need to continuously communicate. Once you have those silent, tense moments, that's when communication starts to break down. And once communication starts to break down, you start to get bad photos again. Because remember, only when your subject is feeling comfortable, that's the only time you'll be able to grab a decent photo. Keep that in mind, because it took us 100 photos to get to this, with communicating, playing around and such as well. Now if I check the times on these photos, so let's go to my capture folder. We've got photo number 1, which was captured, properties, take it away. Photo number 1 was captured at 10:45, and photo number 100 was captured at, let's compare the times. Hi, photo 100, and photo 100 was captured about an hour later. So it took us an hour to get our subject perfectly relaxed, where it's easy to work with them. That's how long it took. That's why this session took 2 hours. But once we reached the point where our subject is now relaxed, it becomes easier to get good expressions, easier to get natural expressions, easier to get really good results. And you can continue on with these. I mean, just compare these expressions. They're awesome, very nice and natural. There you go, playing around with the hair as well. We played around with leaning towards and leaning backwards to the camera, so we can have a good giggle about the differences that makes to your body shape and the way that your body looks in a photo as well. Because we're now able to start playing around with these weird angles of things, because she was thinking, you know, why would I lean forward or backwards? What does that do to my photo? So I told her, lean forward, let me take your photo and let's have a look. So she did. Then I said, okay, lean backwards, let's see what that does. And she like had a giggle about it. She understood why that happened. And then we continued on with our photo section. See, there's a little V1 right behind our subject, hiding there in the corner. It's a lovely little light, love it. And I misframed, that's fine. And we keep moving, and you can see how the expression is now changed. We now have a lovely natural expression to work with. And this took us an hour of communicating, playing around, messing around, joking around with our subject to get them to this point. There is something very important to remember, that it's not just pick up your camera, run, switch on your camera, take a photo. Nah, take time. You're a photographer. You need to make sure you're able to get the best damn result from your subject that you work with. How do you do that? You get them relaxed. So let's continue on with the session. There you go. See, we still have these lovely expressions on our subject. And we just keep going, playing around a little bit more. And there you go. Bump the light again. It's just one of those things. And there we go. And we just keep moving. Yeah, we did take some bad photos, but there you go. There's a lovely smiling photo of a subject. This is photo number 132. So what you'll see is after photo 100, all the photos, the expressions start to look correct. They start to look nice and natural, and it's much easier for subjects to work with us as well, because now they're feeling very relaxed and very easy to work with and very easy to communicate with. So we can tell them, do something with your hair, play with your hair. There we go. She did it. And we can tell them, turn your body. They can turn their body. We tell them, show me your shoulder, and we keep moving. And yes, we have the bad in between photos. That's fine, because these photos make it a joke or a funny point when we do the photo replay and show them, you know what, look, I mean, just look what happened, and they have a giggle about it. And we keep moving on and on as well. See, we even have bad expressions. But tell my subject, yes, we will have bad photos. It's normal. You will always have bad photos and good photos. But the bad ones we have a laugh about, and the good ones we get excited about, because the good ones are really good. We keep going. See, just lovely smile. Photo number 147, lovely smile. We had a misfire on the flash, that does happen. And there we go, and we just keep going. And what you'll notice is our expression on our subject and the body language on our subject has now changed to being much more comfortable, which is what we wanted. So let's go. Whoa, that's being switched on. Sorry about that. So this is photo number 162 compared to photo number 1. That's the difference we managed to get within an hour and a half's more or less work. So I mean, I like those results. and it doesn't cost me anything. I just talk to my client, and just by talking to my client, messing around, playing around a little bit, we're able to get really awesome and fun results to work with. Because it's not rocket science. See, we got another bad photo. Is this bad photo going to destroy or shoot? Nah, this bad photo makes it fun because I can show the subject the bad photo. We can talk about it, we can giggle about it, we can joke about it, and then we can move on. Because that's the important thing. You will have good photos, you will have bad photos. I mean, just look at this. Communicate with your subjects. Do it, please. Because once you do communicate with your subjects, you start to get the results like this. And this is the same lady we started with. And nothing's changed. Yes, we changed the outfit, but it's still the same subject. We just communicated with them, played around a little bit with the light, made some nice jokes, because it's always fun to joke around. And there you go. Just look at this. I mean, this is cool. We're getting good shot after good shot after good shot this easily by simply communicating with our subject at the start of our session. And as things go on, yep, we get bad photos. It's fine. We joke and play around with the bad photos, and then we just keep going, keep moving, and there you go. See, lovely smile, perfect. And that's just how easy it is. You just communicate properly with your subject, and then you get some really good, awesome results. Now you see the hair. That hair flow was from a fan behind me up to the left. It's getting really warm, which when it's warm, your subject will start to feel uncomfortable. So we need to cool them down. The best way that we had available to us was a large fan behind me. So this is photo number 200 compared to photo number 1. Oops. There we go. So that is a change that communication can do with your subject. So yes, communication is key. Play around. Communicate properly. Ask them to do stuff. Ask them to experiment. Ask them what they want to do. If they want to change their outfit, do it. If they want to test a different weird random pose, do it. Why not? It's just extra time. And yeah, sure, time is money, but we can also sacrifice some time to get good results, which I will always say is more important than just booking them for their time. So let's continue on. This is halfway through the shoot, and I mean, shot after shot after shot, we get really awesome, lovely, lovely natural expressions. We keep going. I mean, same lady we started with about an hour and a half ago when the shoot started, simply by communicating with them properly, and we're able to go from start to finish just like this, no problems. And you'll see as we start to get towards the end of the shoot now, all the photos line up and start to look amazing, and that's where we actually managed to grab the perfect photo. So we'll keep going through them. Just awesome. I love it. Once your subject is nice and relaxed, we can get really cool photos, and the fan behind us added a nice bit of hair to play with. See, nice bit of hair. And we can continue moving on, and these are awesome photos because now we've got our subject nice and relaxed, and because our subject is nice and relaxed, it's easy to work with our subject. And because it's easy to work with our subject, it means all I need to do is aim my camera and press the button. Because my settings stay exactly the same, I don't mess around with my camera while we're busy. I just communicate. I tell her, this is beautiful, keep doing it, keep moving, change this, turn your body, angle this way. I keep communicating because I don't need to worry about my camera or my lights. Everything's already set up and working correctly, which is very, very important for us. So let's carry on. There we go. Awesome. Beautiful, beautiful. See? Oops, we had another dud. That's fine. Duds are fun because we get to talk with our subject about the duds, we get to show them the duds, and we get to have a good giggle about it as well. So let's carry on, but just look at this. This is photo number 274. Let's compare it to photo number 1. There you go. So you see the difference in the facial expressions. Let's zoom in. Same lady with just a bit of communication. That's all we did. That's how easy it is to get good results from your subjects. Just talk to them. I mean, they are your subject and you need to get the best results from them. And yes, we still take those bad photos in between, because why not? But I mean, just look at this. Same lady, a little bit more than an hour's work, and we're able to get these types of results from the same lady. That was very stiff, very uncomfortable when our session started. So keep this in mind when you do your own sessions. Talk with your subjects, communicate with them, joke around, mess around, show them the bad photos, that's fine. Show them the good photos, praise them for the good photos, make jokes about the bad photos. There's nothing wrong with either one of those. And we keep going, and you will see that our expression and the way that our subject feels and just moves is much, much better compared to where we started. I mean, just look at this. That is awesome. And all it took from me was a bit of time to talk. I mean, it's not rocket science. Open your mouth hole and speaky to the subject. You speaky, subject get happy, you get good results. I mean, how much more simpler as that can I make it for you? Let's keep going. There you go. This is an awesome shot. This is possibly my favorite shot for the session. So let's go to top, develop, and we'll go to color. And this is our shot. And this is an awesome shot. Is it sharp? Yeah, it's sharp. Sharp enough. But the hair looks good, subject looks good, we got good emotion on our subject, and it just makes things so nice to work with. Go back to library. This was basically photo number 292. We're quite far into the shoot by now, and we're getting closer to the end. But as we get closer to the end, you'll see we get much better expressions as we're moving around with our subject, playing around with the hair and things as such. There you go. This is now the same subject compared to before this one. Same subject. We just changed the outfit, played around a little bit, got the subject a little bit more comfortable, and we managed to get really good results. Let's go back so we can finish up the photo session. Yep, we still take the bad photos because they make a good laugh with our subject, which is awesome. Keep going. I mean, this is also a really awesome shot. Just look at the engagement we're getting from the subject's eyes in this one as well. It is so awesome, and it was just a little bit of communication. So as you'll notice, as I've continuously been saying, communicate with your damn subject. We're your subject. Communicate and make it fun, and you'll get awesome photos. And because they've had fun, they will refer you to other people for work. Get in your head, talk, open your mouth hole, and speaky. There we go. Yes, we still take the bad photos because we want them, because we want to have a laugh with our subject. There you go. We're getting near to the end of a shoot now. There we go. Keep jumping. Brought mother in to play around with as well a little bit. There you go. Perfection. And this is what I like to do. I like to talk to my subjects. I don't have any fancy tricks or things up my sleeve. I just open my mouth hole and I do the yappity yap, jokey joke. Oh, that's good. So, this is photo number 348. So we're already 348 photos into our session, and we've now managed to take our subject from being uncomfortable and stiff to being fluid and relaxed. Fluid and relaxed, we can do magic with. Stiff, we can't really do that much with. It's just one of those things. But yes, as you can see, our subject has completely changed from where we started to where we're currently at with our shoot. And that's all due to just talking, communicating, playing around, messing around a little bit. That's cool. I like it. The shoot was fun. We managed to get some really awesome shots as well, which is pretty awesome. These all still need to be edited, by the way. These are just straight out of camera, the raw files. I literally just finished copying them over to my PC, import to Lightroom, and I went live. So I can show you guys exactly what I've been up to. And I can help you guys with getting your subjects to look exactly the same. Hey, there's the 8300 also no ED300, the MS300 little strap. Nice. Keep going. There we go. Just look at this. Isn't this just awesome? This is a lovely natural expression on our subject. It didn't cost us money, it just cost us time. And this is photo number 389. We've 389 photos into our session, and we're able to get really good results like this by just talk. Yeah, I'm gonna say that a lot. Apologies. Yeah, and just look at this cool shot as well. There we go. And there's a lovely little smiling one as well here at the end to end it off with. See, there you go. So, do you guys have any questions in regards to working with your subjects and how to work your subject properly, or anything as such as well? Because remember, we can do a lot of cool stuff once we start to communicate with our subjects. This also is a awesome shot. I love this one. This is cool. So nice. This one as well. Pretty damn awesome. We like to communicate. So, while I have a sip. Oh, that's so nice. So, if there's one thing I want you to take away from this is communicate with your subject. Talk with your subject. Get them feeling comfortable so you can get good results like this. There's no reason why you shouldn't be able to get a result like this, regardless of the gear you use, regardless of who the person is you're working with. As long as you get them to be comfortable in front of your camera, you can get the most amazing photos on the planet. And so let's have a look at my settings. Develop. I shot this at f5.6, ISO 100 and 160 on the shutter. I mean, if your camera can do the same settings, you can get the same shot. It's not rocket science. The only difference is, with my subject, I've spent more time communicating with them, so we can get nice, natural results. So there we go. That's been our little session today in regards to how to work for your subject. I've got this really cool score thing, which tastes really nice, actually. I like it. Ah, that's nice, I like it. So, in conclusion, to end things off with, can you repeat the settings? Yeah, sure, dude. This was shot at ISO 100, f5.6 on our lens, 160 on our shutter. That's it. I didn't even use f1.4. I could, but why? I want sharp results like this, so I will always shoot at f5.6 for my studio work, ISO 100 and 160 on the shutter. That's my settings. My settings haven't changed from the last photo to the first photo. The settings stayed exactly the same for the entire session, so I didn't need to touch my camera to change settings, which meant that I could continuously communicate with my subject and not need to worry about settings, which is important because we want to be able to continuously communicate with a subject and continues. How about the light settings? The lights were both at 1/8 power. Let me run through my setup for you and I'll give you the entire breakdown real fast. So this was our lighting setup. So we had the curved reflector in front of our subject, aiming upwards at the subject at an angle. Our main light was above the subject at 1/8 power on the MS300. You'll see in the description of the video I will add links for everything for the gear that I used. The Godox V1 was also at 1/8 on the power, so both of them were at an 1/8 power. The only difference was the one above and the one on the back were at different distances, because this worked really good to give us a nice hairlight to work with, but the subject didn't like the hairlight. So what we did was we moved the hairlight to behind our subject, so we can get a nice bit of light spill behind our subject, get a nice little glow. So this light is standing, let's open up paint, high paint. So this is our subject, high subject, and I'm shooting from down here. And this light behind the subject, which is throwing light on the wall, is literally just sitting right here behind them, pointed at the wall. That's all it is, at 1/8 of a power. So if you go power, it's 1/8. Our main light from above, let's go to a different color. Our main light above the subject was positioned more or less here, aiming down towards the subject, also at 1/8 power. Just makes it nice and easy. Our curved reflector, which is a optional thing that I do like to use, was positioned right below this, like such. That was the entire setup. So as you can see from this, that's what we did. That was easy. And then for our camera settings, we had ISO 100, move up, and 1/160 on the shutter, and the lens at f5.6. There you go. That was the entire scene, the entire setup. As simple as that. And these settings stayed exactly the same from this photo, which is photo number 11, all the way down to photo number 401. We used exactly the same setup, exactly the same settings, nothing changed, and we were still able to get awesome results easily. We just moved the hair light behind the subject instead of using it for the hair, because the subject didn't really want the hair light, which is fine. Not a lot of people like hair lights, so that's just one of those things. But yes, there you go. That's just how easy it is. That was my little lighting setup. All the gear that I used. So this was the MS300. MS300 for our main light. Our backlight was the V1, Godox V1. And for our camera, we used the Canon 5DS-R. There you go. Easy setup. You can replicate exactly the same setup on your side for very, very cheap. This entire setup for my lighting kit, which is all of this stuff, cost less than 10,000 bucks. Yeah, you can do it. It's not that expensive. But yes, there you go, dude. Those are all the settings that I used. So hopefully that managed to add some information to the way that you would need to work with your subjects to get much better results. Yes, it's a little bit different to work with your subjects, but just communicating properly with them and just having fun with your clients at your shoots will help you in the future, because they will now recommend you to their friends, family as well, simply due to the fact that they had a lot of fun at their session with you. You want to be known as a photographer that's just silent and just snappy? Nah. You want to be known as a photographer that smiles and has fun on your shoots, because having fun on your shoots will help you get more clients, because people talk, and we like it when people talk good stuff. Anyway, there you go, dudes, ladies, and whoever's watching. Hope you guys had some fun. Hope this was a little bit informative for everybody. I'm going to now start sorting 401 photos to find the best ones to edit for my subject. It's going to be difficult though, because I have such a high selection of photos that turned out really good at the end. So yeah, it's going to be a long evening, fun evening. I do love editing, so it should not be a problem at all. But anyway, if you have any questions in the future, after you have watched this video in the future, drop them down below and I will do my best to answer them as soon as I can. Apologies if I do take a little bit longer to reply to some people. I've got a crap load of stuff in my inbox which I'm trying to work through. That's a lot of people that need help. But as you know, I do like helping. So, have a good one. Keep well. Keep safe. Have a lovely weekend. And I will speak to you guys real soon again. Ciao, ciao.